All right, man, here we go. Another episode, Rockstar Reactions. I'm your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. Y'all know the rest. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. Become a member. Also follow smutfree TV on Instagram. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. Let's get into it. Rockstar Reacts. Point and shoot destroys call. Point and shoot destroys WACK100, calls him a known rat. Let's get into this, man. Shout out Point and Shoot. You know what I'm saying? He rocking with me. I'm rocking with him. I love the way he does videos. You feel me? Don't come for Point and Shoot if you're not ready. You feel me? And he got facts to back it up. I would love to interview this man. You feel me? But we're going to get into it. And y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Like I said, he's calling him a known rat. He says for a fact he knows that WACK100 is the cops. And we're going to see what he got to say about this and how he breaks this down, because I'm curious to hear his train of thought on this and how he puts this together. So y'all let me know as well. You understand, during the video and after the video, hop in the comments. Let's get into this. Rockstar Reacts. Point and shoot destroys WACK100, calls him a known rat. Let's go.
All right, so for this video, I'm going to be going over this recent situation with known federal informant WACK100, aka Three Fingers Wack.
I mean, just Point and Shoot voice just throws it off for me, because you don't even expect a person with this kind of voice to be talking and kind of insulting people, dissing people in a way. So that's what makes it unique about his channel as well. But let's get into it and see what he keeps on talking about. Wacky.
Hiring disgraced known rat and fake blood 1090 steak to expose this Louisiana rapper BG. Just got out of prison. I think he served like 11 years or something like that. Well, WACK100 wants him to be labeled a snitch, and he has employed 1090 steak to carry out the hit piece. The only
1090 steak. Crazy, man. So yeah, obviously this is over the BG whole BG thing that went wild. You know, Wack was vouching for BG, got into it with big folks over BG. You feel me? And then, you know, BG, I guess, doesn't do what, you know, Birdman wants him to do, whatever. So Wack unleashes the monster, the clubhouse drama, the rumors, you know, all the little minions, etc., and all the antics. So let's see what else Point and Shoot talking about.
The problem with that is that the hit piece came out and everyone was like, that ain't snitching. What the fuck is this? This isn't even snitching. And they're getting all this backlash. And it's really cool to see 1090 Jake put out a video that gets met with criticism, because this guy's been getting a pass up until now. And I shouldn't even say getting a pass. He just keeps getting welcomed back. He keeps getting people like WACK100 to continue to work with him, which isn't really that big of a surprise. I mean, we all know WACK100 surrounds himself with snitches and is a snitch himself. 1090, or excuse me, WACK100 is a snitch. I guarantee it. I'm 100% sure about that. He helps.
Whoa, he said he's 100% sure about that.
The government track down criminals and bust them. Okay, I know that for a fact. It's
whoa, Point and Shoot. Point and Shoot, we need answers. He said he knows that for a fact. Let's get into it.
It's 100% fact. Okay. So I hope you're listening, Three Fingers Wack. You're a snitch. Do you understand? You snitch.
I hope you're listening. Why does he got that voice, man? I wonder if that's his real voice or that's AI. Because that is crazy, man.
I'd like to begin this video with our first clip. This is going to be WACK100 talking shit about our boy 1090, calling him a snitch and everything else, and saying that he's not even a real blood and everything else.
And then I don't know if Point and Shoot knows, like, you know, him going at 1090 happened in my room. You feel me? It was meant for them to have a conversation. Wack went in there and went crazy, went viral. You know what I'm saying? So, but yep. Here we go.
Let's watch this.
What's the deal? Why are you going in on 1090 Jake? Why do you have an issue with every person that I do content with, even though I haven't really
I'm saying
done
about
much with
Jake
in a
because
minute.
he's running this snitch paperwork, right?
Right.
So I was like, cool, we're gonna run that. But let's talk about your snitch paperwork. Could we go over yours, the one when you were telling? And then I found out I didn't know he was like a white boy blood guy.
And that, see, you love to go against your own kind, right? Not that you're white,
not my
but
kind. I mean, what do you mean?
You both waving the same flag, right?
No.
I came in wearing my red today. You like that?
Anything outside of the West Coast?
Yeah, you don't fuck with it.
I don't. Yeah, because they, it's different.
Wow. Okay, so Three Fingers Whack used to call 1090 a snitch. He used to say that he wasn't a real blood. He used to say pretty much everything that I'm saying, that I say all the time.
I'm with Wack. You don't have to talk to us, but he wanted me to call you. How do you feel about this?
I wanted him to call. Man, fuck Wack. What? Let me see what's happening. What's up?
Yeah, I remember that. 1090 do not fuck with. Why you call it a fake laugh? No, that's a real laugh for the shoot. Like Adam don't care. Like this is what he like. He love this.
What's up, homie? Hold on. What's up? Give me the thing. What's up, homie? What's up?
So 1090 Jake says, man.
1090 hung up on Wack. And we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Man, fuck Wack. And he tells him to suck. He says, tell Wack to suck my dick. And Wack, of course, is like, that don't sound like a bad idea, though. I'm Paru. I'll suck his dick. That's.
No, you got to stop point and shoot. No, point and shoot. Nah, you funny for this. Ooh, shit.
That sound kind of good to me. Paru. I'm, of course, just joking, but these guys really do actually hate each other. So it's really kind of weird to see them come together. You know what I mean? I mean, you got this known snitch that told you to suck my dick, Wack. You fucking, how you going to tell me to, I mean, this 1090 Jake told Wack to suck his dick. And now, and he's a known snitch. And so you got a snitch telling you to suck his dick. And now you're working with him. You're a clown, bro. But I also just want to point out that WACK100 says he doesn't recognize anyone outside the West Coast as gangsterism. He says that they're not real bloods. And he brings up 1090 Jake in particular because he says, I didn't know he was like a white boy blood. Like, I didn't know that because I'm a Paru and I'm a zesty motherfucker. I knew dude was cute and everything like that, but I didn't know that he was claiming to be a blood.
Point and shoot is old Wack. Get on him.
And so it sounds like Wack's got as big of a problem as I do with 1090 claiming to be a blood. And so we're going to look into his bloodhood here. And we're going to start with this clip that he did. He did an interview with one of his homeboys from Florida prison. And what you're going to see might shock you. Watch this. And I want to preface this by pointing out that this guy is not black. Okay, and 1090 only identifies with black people. He's a blood, but he didn't know any blood. He doesn't interview any bloods from prison he did time with. 1090 Jake only hung out with white kids in this youth prison that he went to for 2 years. But he's this big bad blood. He ran blood the whole way. He was a gladiator. I mean, this guy makes me sick. But I want to play this clip that he does with his one of his best friends from prison, Cody. Watch this.
And for a couple days, we were just chilling, and no one touched.
Hold on, Cody. Why you say it like that?
Touched me. I was straight. No one touched me. I didn't get a TOH in the main unit.
And what dorm were you in? B dorm?
I was in B1.
Yup, that's exactly where I went. That was a Zoe house too.
No one touched me.
Wow, so this is really interesting. I mean, we've all heard the stories from 1090 Jake when he was in the B dorm. I was in B dorm. I was getting harassed. I was getting poked. I was poking. I was extorting shit. I was cutting in the lunch line. Everything. I was extorting shit. Then you got this guy coming in saying, nah, man, when I went in there, homeboy, I was fucking sweet nut. No one touched me. No one touched him. He was the hardest white boy. No one wanted a piece. He was way too tough. If he was, I mean, that, and you know what's else is funny about that? I thought 1090 Jake was the toughest white boy. That's why he got to become a blood.
There was white kids in there, but they were sitting on the floor. You couldn't see them.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't sit on the benches.
So that's just straight bitch status.
So when the
right
CEO
there.
saw me sitting on the bench, that's when I knew, like, oh, this is somebody. Who the fuck is this? They called me in the booth.
I thought that's why he was so respected. He was so tough. He was such an extortionist. Well, what about this guy?
And I was like, just, nigga, you ain't taking shit from me, bitch. Blah, blah.
1090s.
Hold on. Did the white boy just say the N-word? Did he just say, nigga, you ain't taking nothing from me? Point and shoot. Why you ain't point this out, man? Come on. I don't even want to rewind it, man, but I might got to. Cause that was crazy. Hold on.
Got to become a blood.
There was white kids in there, but they were sitting on the floor. You couldn't see them.
Really?
Yeah, they couldn't sit on the benches.
So that's just straight bitch status.
So when the
right
CEO
there.
saw me sitting on the bench, that's when I knew, like, oh, this is somebody. Who the fuck is this? They called me in the booth.
I thought that's why he was so respected. He was so tough. He was such an extortionist. Well, what about this guy?
And I was like, just, nigga, you ain't taking shit from me.
Did he just say, you ain't taking shit from me? Oh, nah. Nah, man. We need answers for this, for sure. We need answers. This ain't gonna, come on, man. Look at his face when he said that. Look how his face brightened up. What? Man, what's going on, man?
Me, bitch, bump up.
1090's been going around telling everyone that, you know, it's you got to be the hardest of the hard. You got to be the most ruthless of the ruthless to gain those bloods as respect. But look at this guy. This guy didn't get touched. He had 0 issues. No one crossed him. Okay, his first time in prison. And that leads me to believe that Florida prison is actually soft and that the only bad thing about it is the conditions of the prison itself and the guards being corrupt and all that stuff. I mean, 1090 Jake's always trying to make this Florida prison seem like the worst place ever and that it's just like a kill zone, when in fact it was actually like a really fun time for these guys. They had a lot of fun. It was like summer camp for misled youth. Listen to what they say. Listen.
Yeah. I used to put the Bengay in his eyes, dog.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you took the icy hot. You got the icy hot on both your hands while he was sleeping. And went like this. And he woke up burning.
I walk up and put the icy hot in your eyes. Straight up.
That used to be some of the funniest shit.
This guy had no problems in jail. He just sat in there. No one fucked with him. He had Bengay. That's what he was attacking people with. Hey, bro, you want to fuck with me? I'll fucking put the icy hot right in your fucking eyes, straight up. And Jake's like, man, that was some of the funnest times I ever had. And I'm over here like, wait, what? These guys sound goofy.
And I'm self-made. Cody Moss.
That's awesome. Sound like a commercial right there. Self-made, Cody Moss.
So as you can see, Jake identified pretty well with the whites. He was good friends with all white people in jail. And I want to show you this other clip. This is from 23andOne, where Josh interviews this guy, Psycho Kid or whatever the fuck. He's a known clown. Literally, he's a juggalo from the gang Unforgiven, the white power gang Unforgiven from Florida prisons. And this was Jake's best friend behind bars. And so he got him an interview with Josh on 23andOne. And this really kind of made me raise some eyebrows over the authenticity of this Jacob Cherry. Now, listen to what this guy says about Jake.
When I first went to prison, my first 4 years, I rocked that out as a neutron, which means like I was just like a lone wolf. So my first 4 years, I did me.
Okay, so you went through the whole JIT camp experience, not affiliated with anyone. You just did it by yourself.
For the most part.
And how the hell did that happen, man? I hear that a lot of people run up on you trying to get you to side with someone when you get in there.
I went hard, bro. I went hard. That's all I did. I was always fighting. I was always into something. I was always getting in trouble, going to confinement. So pretty much people just left me alone because they were like, okay, he's crazy. And he's going all the way, so leave him alone. Stay out of his lane.
Wow, so yet another white boy was too tough for the prison. They left him alone. He was too psycho. He was too fearsome. He was too, you know, whatever. Look at, he's got the, he looks like he's got Sharp's tattoo. Remember, we all know Sharp. Remember his tattoo? He's got the Juggalo tat. So
not the Sharp tattoo, bro. What the? Come on. What's going on, bro? What for the shoot, man? We need answers. Sharp, we need answers.
So he's got Sharp's tattoo, which means he is a clown, in fact. And he's got the bleach blonde hair. He has a kitten crawling all around him. I mean, this guy is a weird guy. And this was Jake's best friend in prison. Okay, and this is a fact. These two did everything together. They were joined at the hip. They were best friends. And my question is, if you're a blood in prison, you're running a black gang in prison as a white kid, how the fuck are you able to just be best friends with this fucking weirdo, this J-Cat, this fucking psychopath? I don't understand. You know, this guy's probably throwing his poo and shit. Jake's hanging out with him. It's his best friend. They cuddle together all the time. How could you be a blood? See, this is why people got a problem with this 1090 Jake, is that, you know, he's a fraud. Let's continue this clip.
How'd you go about meeting Jake in lockup?
Well, we were in confinement at ACI, and you know, everybody knows Jake's affiliation, what he's affiliated with, and he was from Tampa, Florida, before he went up to Boston, or before he went back to Boston. And I had one of my unforgiving brothers, that used to be a Crip. And you know, when eventually the veil was lifted from his eyes, he realized that he was never going to be fully respected, no matter how hard he went and all that. So you know, he left that alone. He ended up joining something that actually stood for something, and where you're going to get the proper respect where it's due, if you deserve it. You know, so they had a little beef because their little gangs were beefing on the street, stuff like that. And so I shot 1090 Jake a kite, which is like a little letter and find him, like, bro, pretty much I'm like, bro, you got pressure with my brother, bro, you got pressure with me. And we ended up seeing each other out of confinement, walking the compound. So we hollered at each other, you know, talked it out as men, because that's the whole thing about being diplomatic when it comes to affiliations is, okay, how can we resolve this without violence? You know, I mean, the best way possible without either side looking like, you know, a female dog or something. So, you know, we talked, and we came to a mutual understanding. And then, like, we just started vibing with each other because we had class together. So we had, like, GD class together. So we started vibing with each other at GD class and everything, bro. And, like, the vibe was just there. And, you know, real recognized real, bro. So we ain't never looked back. It became like this.
You ain't never tell him, say, hey, bro, why don't you just come on, slide on down to Unforgiven for a little while?
Of course. I tried.
So let me get this straight. This guy pressed 1090 Jake, and then they talked it out, and then they started vibing with each other, and they never looked back. Real recognized real, apparently. And this is what's coming out of this guy. I mean, this is the real 1090 Jake is, hey, man, like, I'm from Boston, you from Florida. Let's just talk it out like men. There's no reason that we should be firing each other up. We should be sticking together. We're both white boys. We need each other. Please don't beat me up. I'll do anything that you ask. Anything. Wow. So Jake turned down the fade and then wanted to be friends with him because he's like, I don't want problems with this guy. This guy's going to fire me up. So he became fucking friends with this white supremacist guy after he went on No Jumper and told everyone how he's just white blood. When people say there's no white bloods, they're telling the truth. It ain't common like that. I'm one of a kind. That's what this fat fucking guy was telling everybody. How it's really like not heard of, and to see a white blood in Florida is like seeing a diamond in the rough or a unicorn or whatever you want to call it. This isn't true. I would say 90% of the white people that go into prison in Florida claim a black gang.
He won't do it though. He won't.
Oh, that's funny, man. I know he's probably laughing his ass off on this one.
Then they're like any white dude that I became like real cool with, and it was part of like a predominantly black affiliation, and I became cool with him. I'm always trying to persuade him to come to our side.
I bet he pick you up, you know, roll up or something.
Out of all the white people that claim to predominantly black gang, I became cool with them. I always tried to convert it. What the fuck is this? Honestly, out of all the white people you knew that came, I thought it.
What is going on, man? I'm lost right now, bro. Like, are you kidding me? This is really what's going on? This is 1090, you vouching like this your boy, this your man's? Wow.
It was unheard of. I thought that that's not something that ever happened.
People like, oh, ain't no white bloods, ain't no this, ain't no that. There really ain't.
Right.
So at this point in time, not to sound no type of way, but I'm about the biggest known white blood that there is. It's not common like that.
It's not.
So for me, I had to show out.
Well, we're finding out here today that it does happen. Okay. It happens all the time. I mean, it's extremely common, we're finding out. And I do want to mention that neither one of these white boys that are being interviewed ever said anything about, man, Jake, man, he was so hard. He was the only white boy that stood tall with the blacks. He was the only white blood ever. He was so fucking crazy and hard, and we were scared of him. The COs were scared of him. Everyone gave him his respect. None of them. Nobody has ever said that except for Jake. Do you understand? He's a fraud. So I'm glad I could show you guys that, how Jake's just really good best friends with these white boys. These white boys that never had any issues in prison. They were totally fine. No one messed with them. And so Jake's like, man, I got to get in with these guys. These guys are my brothers. So I thought that was really cool. So I want to get back to the story. I just wanted to show you guys how big of a fraud Jake is. And so I thought that was extremely important to show you guys before we get into this snitchery here. So Jake, as we all know, moved away from the prison YouTube genre because he ran out of content. He was only down for like 18 months. So he doesn't have a lifetime of things to talk about. So he decided he's going to start making FOIA requests and exposing people for making comments to the police and stuff like that. And so that's what he does now. And he's made quite a name for himself before he got exposed as a snitch and being on paperwork his damn self. And so WACK100 is working with 1090 Jake and using his platform to help expose BG. Now, a lot of people are probably wondering, why is WACK100 going after BG? Why is WACK, after being a snitch himself and working with other snitches and being fine with it, why does he want to cancel BG for being a snitch? Well, I'm going to explain that right now. WACK100's boss, Birdman, a.k.a. Baby, the ultra zesty, ultra sus, he wanted to sign BG when BG got out of prison for this last bid, and BG declined to sign and wanted to stay independent. And so Birdman held down BG while he was in prison the whole time. No one called him a snitch. No one said anything bad about him until he got out of prison and then refused to sign back with Birdman. And so Birdman, the speculation is that he has WACK100 on the smear campaign because he doesn't want to look goofy for being, being cool with BG, the known snitch, the whole time. It's hard to explain. All you guys got.
Damn, even point and shoot. Even point and shoot, see through it all. It's crazy. Wack the king of the smear campaign.
Got to know is that WACK100 is going after BG for his daddy Birdman, because Birdman doesn't want to. He'll look stupid. He's been supporting BG the whole time. How do you support a snitch that whole time? And then all of a sudden now he's a snitch after he gets out of prison. He'll look goofy. So he's got, this is alleged, he's got WACK100 doing all the dirty work. Okay. And that's how it was explained to me by a reputable source.
Wayne had like a kiss thing going on.
Facts. I know you got a child. You probably kiss him. You probably got a son and you kiss him.
Yeah.
You heard me? I always looked at Wayne as my son, and I always looked at it like, because I was in the streets, and I thought this might be the last time they ever see me. That's where that shit started from. And I always today look at Wayne as my child. I was his father when he didn't have a father, since he was 9 years old.
Right.
And I love him like my own, and I give my life for him, and I'll take a life for him.
So now WACK100's reaching out to known snitch. He's called him a snitch 100 times, and they've had words, but now he needs him. So he's open to working with him, which is very not reputable. So he reaches out to 1090 Jake and he goes, "Are you a real one, 1090 Jake? You gonna expose him and we gonna eat and we gonna all snitch on everybody." And WACK100's a goof with no platform. And so that's why he uses the 16's platform. That's why he's using Jake's platform now to do his bidding. And it doesn't matter if you're a snitch or what, WACK100 will work with you. He is a Pacoima Pyru. So I just want to point that out. Now I want to get into this video that Jake put out at the hands of WACK100, and it did not go well.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm disappointed I found this. One of the last.
So Jake is basically saying that this guy BG took the stand to snitch on someone, but the problem is the guy that he's allegedly snitching on took the fall already. And the only thing that BG and the other co-defendant said on the record on the stand was echoing exactly what the fall guy, the guy that's taking the fall, fucking said himself. He said, it was my gun. I did this. And BG said, yeah, it was his gun. He did this. There's no new information. It's not snitching. He didn't throw anyone under the bus to get a lighter sentence or get out of trouble. There was a fall guy who said, I did it. I did everything. And so BG said, the only thing BG said was exactly what the fall guy said.
But BG and Blunt would repeat exactly what he said to the grand jury.
But then the fall guy changed his mind about taking the fall. And so he started to actively snitch on everyone else, trying to throw everyone else under the bus so that he can get himself less time. So the fall guy turned snitch.
With Washington realizing he was played and is facing more time than promised, he'd attempt to get new lawyers and claim the gun couldn't have been his because the barrel was showing under the front seat, meaning it must have been placed there by the driver, who was BG.
So the fall guy takes a charge. They take it to the grand jury. The grand jury wants to hear everyone's side of the story so they can close the case. This guy, the fall guy, flips on everyone and starts saying that they need to go to prison, not me. And for some reason, WACK100 and 1090 Jake are focused on BG, and it's because of his fame. 1090 Jake's going to get a lot of views and a lot of clicks because this guy's the famous snitch. And WACK100 is going to make his daddy happy by ruining this guy's career as retaliation for him not being loyal to this label. Okay, I hope this is making sense. I mean, you know what I mean? And of course, this is...
Yeah, that's crazy. Point and shoot. Understand everything that's going on. He breaking it down for y'all. And you ain't got to be blind to see what's going on to understand it. You know, this is something that's in place, that's been in play. If you don't follow a certain criteria of what they want you to do, they're going to cut your water off.
This is all just my opinion. It's all just alleged. It's not true. It can't be true. It's just my opinion. No one can sue me. You guys get the fucking gist of it. So 1090 Jake feels so strongly about this. He's like, no one can come back from that. Once you take the stand, it's over for you. You can never go back to Boston. So I think this guy is a complete clown.
So while you can say it's flawed that dude said he was down to be the fall guy and then try to reverse it back on BG, it's also flawed that they lined him up, lied about the amount of time that he could get, and then testified against him, which meant that there was no coming back.
He's on paperwork himself. He's been canceled. He's been fucking rat cheesed off the whole internet. He was an unforgiven white supremacist affiliate in prison. He's not a blood. He was never a blood on the street before prison. He became a blood after prison. Started doing these fucking stupid YouTube videos. Then he moved on to the guy is a complete joke. But now WACK100's got him put him back in position to win by giving him this story. And so Jake ran this story and it backfired because no one thought that this was snitching. Even Jake's own fan base is saying that this was a huge miss and that these guys look like fucking idiots. So I thought that was really cool. And I also want to mention that BG just got out of prison for a decade. He was in there. And the only reason he was in there that long is because he refused to cooperate and he took his charge and he stood on all 10, which is, of course, something that Wack or Jake have never even had the opportunity to do. They've never even had the opportunity to stay solid because they've never faced any real time. So you got these two soft little fraud snitches calling this guy a snitch who just did a 10-year bid is completely crazy to me. I mean, you'd think that Jake would be worried about his own snitchery. You know what I mean?
Hey, point and shoot is destroying Wack in 1090. This is hilarious, yo.
Should be reprimanding himself first and foremost. And this WACK100, this guy works for one of the freaking most rainbow colored fucking weirdos I've ever seen. So these guys got their own problems. Maybe they should deal with them instead of like worrying about other people and stuff like that. You know, I mean, just a suggestion. I mean, here I am just like some guy who looks at the internet and I know all this to be true, in my opinion, of course, but I mean, this is insane. And so these are the top comments on Jake's new video. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And also I want to point out that this is causing a lot of problems in the streets for WACK100 and 1090 Jake. I mean, 1090 is already banned from LA. Remember, he did that bullshit story about 03 Greedo, the Watts, or excuse me, the Grape Street Crip. Okay, remember he put out that video, oh, this guy's a snitch. He said he was going to go do something with somebody. He said he was a snitch. He even put the font for his video in Grape Street Crip colors as a way of saying, fuck you to the Crips. Okay, so I thought that was really disrespectful. And I was like, ooh, they're not going to be happy about that. So this is why Jake stays cooped up in his Boston apartment all day long, every day, because he's frightened of the outside world. I mean, now not only can he not go to LA out of fear of getting dealt with, now he can't go to the South because he's running his fat fucking face about this snitchery when he's a snitch himself. And of course, these guys aren't really snitches. This snitch word gets thrown around so loosely that it's not even funny. So yeah, this is really cool. So Jake can't go to the South. Okay, so he's got to go to the South to go to Florida. Louisiana's right next door. So you know, this might be trouble for Jake now. I don't think he's going to be going down to Florida very often now. So long story short, Jake and Wack both took L's and the world is laughing at them. Nobody respects them. They are the equivalent of pieces of trash that have been discarded into the trash receptacle. These guys are garbage. Fucking nobody respects these two guys. These guys are laughing.
Man, listen. Point and shoot, boy, you a cold piece, boy, cold. Listen, I hope y'all like this video. Get my likes up. Hop in these comments. This was hilarious. The breakdown from point and shoot. Shout out point and shoot. You understand me? Destroys WACK 100 and 1090 Jake. You know what I'm saying? Rips him to shreds. So y'all like this video. Let me know what y'all think before, during, and after. You know what I'm saying? When it premieres, hop in them comments. You understand? This is a good one. So make sure y'all stay tuned. This is Smutfree TV, your host Rocstar 2800. This is Rocstar Reactions. Hop on IG, hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap.